Hey everybody, it's Kenny K here again with a rant video about the Halloween trilogy. I don't know if I ever really expressed myself about Halloween 2018 kills and ends. I think it's uh, an abomination. The only good thing that came out of it was James Judd Courtney as Michael Myers, the 2018 soundtrack of John Carpenter, and I'm thinking, and that's about it. And that's about it. You got some cool kills, yeah, but I mean, the thing that they did that I cannot just is they retcon Halloween 2. They fucking retcon Halloween 2, and John Carpenter is constantly moaning about it, but he can moan as much as he wants. 90% of the Halloween fans, the people have spoken, say that Halloween 2 is the best sequel of the Halloween franchise. Best sequel. It has its flaws, but it's the best sequel. And the brother sister angle is not that big of a deal. Look at all the franchise, the big franchise guys. You know, Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers. They all had an emotional mo. Okay, and they were all smart. Okay, they weren't like, let's just go and kill somebody there and then being shot by 10 cops and then no, they were smart, and they all had this mo. Like Freddy Krueger's mo was because of, yeah, he was already a fucked up guy, but then he died, came back from the dead, and wanted to kill the children of the parents that killed him. That was his mo. That was his his willpower. Then Jason, Mama's boy, first class. He hated everybody that came to Crystal Lake because his mom died there. Everybody, he sees everybody coming to Crystal. He sees Crystal Lake. And I'm not talking about Camp Crystal Lake. I'm talking about an entire surrounding Crystal Lake. It's his territory. You you get the fuck away because it's his and his mom's territory. That's the reason why he kills. Michael Myers kills because his siblings. He kills siblings. And John Carpenter didn't know, but he was actually almost unconsciously doing this in part one. He was constantly going after Laurie. He was constantly. There was even this guy who said no, his main target was Annie. Now there's a part in the movie where he has to choose between who he's gonna kill first: Annie with Lindsay babysitting there, or Laurie with Tommy Doyle. And he chose Annie. Maybe because Annie was the most spirited one of the bunch, the one with the biggest mouth. But the reason there's this moment at the end, he hears Laurie on the phone. He flickers the light on and off, and she's seeing that. She's trying to lure her in, and then he makes this grand display with Judith Myers. Uh, he waited until she was 17. I mean, come on, that was so obvious. And he's a sibling killer. That's his mo. And there's always a sibling somewhere. If it's not, it's a far sibling. He will always try to find his siblings. People who get in the way will get killed, of course. I mean, in Halloween 2, he killed a skeleton crew of a hospital, because I never. If you see Haddonfield Memorial from the outside, it has two stories, one ground floor, one minus one floor. I mean, I think because of Halloween, half of the night shift took vacation off for Halloween, and that was just a skeleton crew, because 8 people. That was it. 8 people: security guard, 2 paramedics, 1 head nurse, one drunk doctor, and three nurses, and that was it. For a gigantic hospital, actually. But it was good. It was creepy. He killed like almost 20 people. That was, and then Halloween, the new trilogy comes. Okay, let's just retcon everything. Yeah? They, although they retcon parts two, they do put things in there that happened, like Chief Brackett's slain daughter, and then you see the picture of his daughter from Halloween 2, a scene from Halloween 2 in there. Multiple things that were taken from Halloween 2, put in the movie Halloween Kills, mostly Halloween Kills, because in Halloween Kills they just rake up all the survivors, Nurse Marion Chambers, who gets killed for a second time, Lindsay, Tommy Doyle, Evil Dies Tonight, Old Faithful, my bat. I mean, oh my god. And then killing a Danny DeVito lookalike who they think is Michael Myers. Michael Myers is hulking dude. No, Danny DeVito looking guy. Jesus Christ. And 2018 was just a rehash of 1978, in my opinion. And they still say he only killed 3 people. No, he killed 5 people. He killed his sister and he killed the fucking mechanic. Isn't there somebody who's saying, oh, where's this? Maybe he's a dad. Where's my dad? Or he's a girl's girlfriend, a wife. Where's my boyfriend? My mom. Nobody's looking for that guy. And Loomis finds his car easily 4 feet away. By the way, the only kill in 1978 movie that has blood on it, blood on his chest, so he had to be stabbed with something, or just punched through his body. I don't know. But no, that's something they all forget. Yeah, because that's how he got his overalls. And then and they always bring them together. So you got Laurie Strode. Okay, Laurie Strode, this nutback hermit lady who's trying to be a Sarah Connor 2.0 from Costco. And she's not doing a great job. She's trying to do some Krav Maga with Michael Myers at the end, and she loses fairly easily. I mean, in H2O, you had a much more grounded Laurie Strode, a much more realistic, problematic Laurie Strode. She had PTSD. She was an alcoholic. She took depressants. She took antipsychotic. I mean, the thing is, did you know that Carpenter wanted to come back for that movie if they gave him $10 million? Not because he's a greedy motherfucker. No, because Mustafa Akkad owes him $10 million from the first 2 movies. He owes him that, but he just wants the money he owns, man. That's it. And he wouldn't be. I mean, he would kept the same, because Laurie Strode deserved an award for that performance. He would have kept the same Laurie Strode, but she wouldn't be a mistress of a posh high school where she has a lot of responsibilities and she has all these problems. But it was about redemption, getting, fighting her evil. She gave Michael Myers such a hard time. She kicked him in the nuts. She stabbed him with a flagpole. She stabbed him 10 times with a knife, evading it. And then eventually that you got that little scene, and it's an emotional scene. Maybe he wanted to trick her. I don't know. You can make whatever you want of it. But it was a great ending, and they should have stopped there. No, of course they didn't, because Halloween Resurrection came, and guess who directed that piece of shit? Rick Rosenthal, who apparently was also the director of Part 2. But no fucking way that Rick Rosenthal made that movie, because Halloween 2 has fingerprints on it, all Carpenter and his team, Deborah Hill, Dean Cundy, Everybody from Tommy D. Wallace, everybody from part one was there. Everybody. Except Michael Myers, the castle, it was Dick Warlock. And for people who want to know where the real mask was and why they couldn't find the real mask, was because Dick Warlock took it when he asked Deborah Hill to take it as a souvenir, and she said, "Yeah, they will never gonna make another Halloween movie again." Boom, and that's where the real mask is. If you want to find the real mask, go to Dick Warlock. He has it. There's also this background. It's cool. I mean, with the brother sister angle, it's not just he's Laurie Strode is a sister. Her real name is Cynthia Myers. That's the name of Laurie Strode when she was a Myers as a baby. But then we get this 2018 shit, and then kills. Oh my God, kills. Okay, they make it so. Okay, this movie was to make everything as bombastic as to killing an entire fire department, an entire team of firefighters, killing a guy with multiple knives, just trying multiple knives. Every kill trying to surpass every kill. And then Jamie Lee Curtis, who was being a stupid, she was annoyed in Halloween 2 in 1981 that she was in a hospital, and here again she's in a fucking hospital. But you got Tommy Doyle. You were my babysitter, Laurie. I'll never forget. Evil dies tonight. We're all faithful. Oh, Jesus Christ. And it looks like Halloween ends. They didn't know what to do. They didn't know what to do with Michael Myers. They didn't know, what were we gonna do? If they just, if they put Corey Cunningham was his character, he was working at a, in a garage, he had the overalls. If he was just being descended into madness slowly, and then becoming the new shape, then you can make a new movie. Now they're gonna make a new movie. What the hell is that gonna be? And then the death of Michael Myers. Oh my God! Putting him on a police cruiser, parading him through town, everybody following him with candles in the air. What the fuck were they doing? This vigil, and then everybody crowd surfing him towards a gigantic blender, put him in the blender, and then Laurie's waiting there for him, takes off his mask, keeps the mask, and then puts him in the blender. Who wants Michael Myers patties? Jesus fucking Christ, what an ending. Yeah, I won't come back from that. So that's what I don't understand what they're gonna do. I've got a good idea. Make a found footage Halloween movie taking place between Halloween 2 and H2O. A segue into H2O. I've got a good idea. I made a review about that. What you can do using a true crime TV unit, and I explained it. There's a lot more. If I had like a few $1,000s and a few just amateur, I would make this, and I would try my utmost best to recreate that tension atmosphere that John Carpenter put in there, and make this original found footage movie that I would hopefully put in, Fantastic Fest, what's that independent movie festival there. But this trilogy, fuck you, and all what comes with it. Like I said, John Carpenter's soundtrack and James Jude Courtney, and then you have that flashback, and I kind of liked it, but I disliked it at the same time, because at some point he just comes out and he's surrounded by about 6 deputies. But in Halloween 5, there's a script where he kills 6 SWAT team members with M16s, and he's like, okay, bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Come on. He would have been slicing and dicing away to this deputy. He's getting a bullet there, then chop in this guy's head. What? No, man. And also, Halloween 2 was Loomis's arc. You know, Laurie's arc was part 1. Loomis's arc, this retcon Loomis's arc. Now he's just a senile old guy who lost his patient in those movies. Do you ever think about that? That's just. In any case, that's what I wanted to say. It's just a little rant. I think these three movies were a bad choice. I think it's and it's not because John Carpenter was a little bit involved, and when Laurie Strode came, Jamie Lee Curtis came back. But come on, Jamie Lee Curtis came back for H2O, and they should have paid Carpenter his money, and then you would have a great finale, and you would have be done with it. But always that money that's involved to make, oh, let's make a new movie, so we're gonna have this hamburger meat dissolve into this human again, which looks like Michael Myers. I'm not sure, because they want the name Michael Myers. It doesn't matter if you're the shape, because like in Halloween 4 they did that with Jamie Lloyd when she at the end becomes a shape, but that wasn't good enough because that's not Michael Myers, that's Jamie Lloyd, but it's the new shape. And they should have quit there, because horror keeps on living. That was the point of that ending. No. Boom. Fuck you. She becomes a deaf mute and Loomis becomes a senile old fool. Where is he? Jesus Christ. Yelling in her face. Guys, if you let me know if you like the trilogy. It's each your own, but if you watch the grand scheme of things, everybody loves the best sequel is the second one. For most people, I'm saying 80% at least says that the second one is the best one. It's a nice segue from the part one to part two. You can see it as a whole movie. You've got the Ultimate Editions, which is all the scenes in there, nicely put in there, edited in there. So give me your honest opinion. If you like these movies, which one do you like and why do you like it? That's what I want to know. Why do you like it? And give me your favorite Halloween movie. That's what I really want to know. If you're gonna say one of these trilogies, I'm probably gonna have this brain fart, but I'm gonna respect your choice, because everybody has different mindset, right? It's also back then 1978, 1981, and then now it was 2022, 2018, sorry, 2020. It's more for the younger audience, for the younger people that don't know about the golden era of slashers maybe yet, which they should, because there are a lot of great movies out there. But okay, that's it. Sorry for the rant, but I had to say this because I saw this little review about a guy who was talking about kills, and I was praising it, and oh my fucking god, I commented on that, and I needed to make this video. So there you go, Kenny signing off. Bye bye.